All right.
You didn't tell me
Here
it
we
was
go
loaded.
again.
You didn't tell baby the gun was loaded before you gave it to him.
Oh, I didn't know I was going to kill my fucking son.
I didn't know I was going
We're
to kill my
playing,
fucking schoolyard chum.
We're playing the last live Battle Balls duel that we're ever going to have on this channel because Keith is going back off to Boston, which is like an elephant graveyard.
Keith is killing himself after this.
Well, I did say that Boston is like an elephant
A
graveyard.
graveyard of fireflies. Where the shine in the night heralds battle balls.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what that movie was about, right?
I think. I don't remember.
When he opened up the little tin and it just had battle balls inside.
Yeah. And then the sister tells him she's got diarrhea real bad. And he just not. Oops, I fucked up.
I don't know if anybody actually cares about battle balls as much as we
I
do.
don't know. I thought you were going to say I don't know if anyone cares about Grave of Fireflies because it's from 20 years ago.
You're going to say I don't think anyone cares about this show.
Oh, I mean, that too.
Those are all valid responses.
Yeah.
Depends on how we label this. If it's battle balls again, or if it's battle balls part 12, that might
Oh, yeah.
determine-
If it's labeled part anything, no one will watch it.
Yeah.
Lies.
I do like the idea, though, that our show is like a Mad Libs, where the start of everyone is nobody cares about.
Blank.
That's a thesis. That's the theme of the show.
Yeah. Ultimate Mad Libs, and it starts off, nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, that's the brand of our show. It's just indifference. Indifference from the world.
Yeah.
Indifference
I
from the
win.
rest of humanity.
I made your jaw elongated.
Slain a dragon. Yeah.
You
He's gotta
detached
eat
his
all those-
snake jaw.
It's so he can eat all those battle balls.
Yeah.
You snapped the stretchy bit that connects the two halves together.
You're
You know
not
that's how
playing as the
snakes work,
lady
right?
that
They don't
you
have an
always play as.
unhinging jawbone. They have like a stretchy bit in the middle. You know what I mean?
Well, pretty much, yeah. It's just connective tissue.
It's just really, really fucking elastic. You know what I have kept seeing on YouTube, and I have not asked for it that often, but
that often.
like I saw it once, and now I
I like the
think about it
qualifier.
once. It's like, yeah. Well, I was wondering how snakes can eat anything when they're slow as fuck. And I just typed how do snakes eat? Like how do constrictors catch shit if they're slow? And then there was a video of some wild pigs, I think, wandering around in a grassy area, and then just whammo, a snake is in it's like camouflage, and it goes wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that answers that. They're just really good blended in. You just you just wander around, and then all of a sudden you're being constricted, and it's like
Yeah, well, they're not fast all the time, but they're fast when it counts.
They're fast for that 1 nanosecond of slinging themselves around somebody, but yeah, they can't chase anything, you know?
Yeah,
Right.
they're not going to run down a deer, and that's how they survive not eating for 2 weeks at a time.
That's what I was wondering. It was like, wait a minute, most of the crap they eat is fast as fuck. I couldn't catch that
I mean,
shit.
it's
and I have
been-
2 feet, and they don't have any feet. What are they gonna do?
It's been posited that humans are conditioned in a really strange fucking way that we didn't always eat 3 times a day.
It's been posited.
Well, we are naturally endurance hunters, as they call it. It's not the fact that we're faster than a deer. We can just keep going longer than a deer can.
Yeah.
So eventually, it has to let reality sink in and realize it's going to die because
and give up.
humans coming for you.
The secret to human civilization is the ability to make things give up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
We're not able to outlast a deer
Capitalism.
box, though. It's the other joke I was gonna make. Good night.
Okay.
What?
Well, I was gonna say that that if that is the case, that humans' real superpower is the ability to make things give up, then we are an example of my presupposed notion of runaway evolution. Because why haven't we given up yet?
Oh, we have.
Have you met Keith Richards?
That's why we invented Starbucks.
Well, we're still doing this,
I mean,
I don't really
Keith's
have a
only
choice.
even though we're the only ones who truly care that much about it.
And even that's tenuous.
I mean, we do betray ourselves frequently, sure.
Well, there's that Freudian death instinct thing. Maybe we have some kind of we're pulling a psychology. One of my classmates One of my classmates in
Pulling a psychology.
ESL school was an actual psychiatrist, and I was able to deploy the phrase "pulling a psychology" in her presence, and she didn't talk to me often for obvious reasons, but she did repeat. I heard her from several seats away repeat the phrase "pulling a psychology," like trying the phrase out for the first time to see how she runs.
Yeah.
Where is she from originally?
No, it was more like an archaeologist overturning some kind of torture instrument that they've discovered. You know? Like just kind of a curio, but not in a good way. Like, oh my lord.
Oh, yeah.
Who invented this
Pulling
thing?
a psychology. Taking it for a run down the road just to see how it feels.
I'm not going to buy it. I already know I'm not going to buy it, but I'm curious. Like a Model T. It's like, I'll drive a Model T once just to see, wow, is this how people drove once? This is the best you had? This is all it was?
Ooh.
And you're not
Wow,
about
humans really have always sucked.
fucking Ford, am I right?
Wow,
and
I
then you
just
get shot
erased
by a
your
communist.
fuck.
I don't know what I mean by that.
Your fuck. Just imagine it. Now it's gone.
What?
Imagine
What?
it. You can't. It's not there anymore.
What did you say? What are we talking about?
I
What's
said
the
your
predicate
fuck has
phrase?
been erased.
What? That doesn't clarify it. That
said-
did not elucidate anything.
Your fuck. Imagine it. Now it's gone.
I can't imagine
I mean,
something
we
that
hear
isn't
the
real or
words.
tangible.
It was
We-
Oh, because I said what the fuck?
no.
All
Well,
right.
because
Well,
you just
and then
you just tried to power drive my ass with a bunch of balls.
Oh, Kyle, I wasn't looking at your screen, first off, and second off, the last noun that was known to me in the context of any conversation was Ford Model T. And then you're like, yeah, your fuck is gone. I'm like,
Erase your fuck.
I thought you were
man.
continuing the topic of driving a Model T.
I'm
I'm like,
sorry,
did you
I
drive
thought-
a Model T and have a negative experience? Question mark?
Imagine that when the assembly line was first invented, and that's how he gloated. Was like, erase your fuck.
Your
And the
fuck.
potential investor that he's talking to says, I'm going to
Look
need
at
you
that.
to
We
explain.
can put out. Look at that. We could put out 3 whole cars in a day.
I don't know what that means.
Try that shit on for size. And this other factory manager is weeping openly.
Or like weeping because he understands or because he doesn't. He doesn't understand his bizarre nomenclature.
You know what? You've opened up new and interesting possibilities.
Much like a tackle box full of tiny death masks of your friends and loved ones.
For a second, I thought you were talking about that egg registry again.
Well, it's not far off.
Oh, speaking of eggs, Nick, apparently according to Keith, eggs are the most difficult thing to prepare in the entire world.
Food-wise, yes, they're impossible.
Which
Back me up on this, viewer. Comment.
No-
I'm not faking it.
Well-
this
No
isn't
one
fake
agrees
call to
with
action.
you.
This is a real call to action. Comment
Then
if
you
you
are-
agree only.
you stand alone.
And if you don't agree
Yeah.
with me, lie, for God's sake, and tell these fuckers
You-
they're wrong.
You are making yourself direct enemy of Drew Toothpaste and his everlasting crusade to say eggs are not that hard to cook. Why are there a million single-use kitchen devices just designed to cook an
The
egg?
fuck is a Drew toothpaste? Now you're doing it. Now you're doing what Kyle is doing. You're saying
What?
things that don't make any sense in any possible context and
Well,
expecting
I
me
did-
to keep up.
Well,
keeping
I
up with
did
you.
explain the point of my reference.
I got the
in
point of it,
telling.
but was that like a Rip Graham Grumble thing? Like, were you trying to trick me in some way? I feel like
This
I'm
is,
always on the verge of being tricked.
Well, this is yet another internet man with more notoriety than ourselves.
That's the
so-
whole internet, though.
Yeah, I said yet another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't narrow down, is all I'm saying. But like,
man.
yeah, keeping up with a conversation with you two is harder than cooking fried eggs,
Hey,
though. Fucking
let's
them up.
not let Keith distract us from the fact that he thinks eggs are complicated.
They're not
I want everybody to
complicated.
know.
They're impossible. That's different. Like things can be simple and be
Why are eggs
impossible
impossible?
because they will be fucked up.
You know what happens when
You
you
know the
fuck
movie
up
There
eggs?
Will
You
Be
still
Blood?
make an
It's
egg.
like
It's like
there
a
will
doctor.
be fucked up eggs. Like that's my life
It's
story.
like a doctor, Keith. You can't fuck up being a doctor. You're just still a doctor.
What? Yes,
Yeah,
you can.
When you graduate from doctor school, you know what they call you? They call you a doctor.
Kyle, you can stop
You
being a
almost
doctor.
got that one right.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't trying
No,
to
he
make
wasn't
it.
even close. You can definitely fuck up being a doctor.
Yeah, it's called malpractice.
Yeah, you can be stripped of your license. Absolutely, that's 100. Like,
Hey,
And go to prison.
also-
wait, don't distract from the fact that Keith thinks eggs are hard.
Simple.
Never
Yeah.
distract from
here's
that.
something else that's simple, Kyle. Is that I said things can be impossible and simple, and you cited one of the least simple enterprises achievable by human beings as some kind
No,
of
but-
counterexample.
No. Hold on, we're still talking about.
This does also remind me of when I was in college. My roommate's girlfriend had her own apartment, but like de facto lived in our apartment. And I remember the one time that we went over to her place because she had to pick some shit up, and we were all hanging out for a minute. Her roommate was out there, and she was cooking eggs, but she had a frying pan with like 1.5 inches of oil in it, and dropped these eggs in to make fried eggs. And we were like, Jenny, what the fuck are you doing? And I guess she'd like never seen someone fry an egg and just was making her best guess or something, because she was like, what, is this wrong? And we're like, you're gonna die like today. That is way too much oil. What the fuck? And we had to tell her, like, you just need just enough to grease the bottom of the pan. But at the same time, that did explain like why she had such a big ass.
That did end in a good way. That's a good story.
Yeah.
That was
Was
the
she
opposite of a Kyle's story. It
was
was
she
short
also
and to
a
the point,
burlesque
and then it
dancer?
ended with a nice, succinct little coda.
Was she
No,
also
she
a
was.
burlesque?
No, she was appropriately calipigian.
Hey.
You hear that, Keith?
We used the word. We used the word. Hey,
She was
calipigian,
assy.
a much simpler concept than frying eggs, and yet much more possible.
I don't even fry eggs. I don't like fried eggs myself.
Yeah, they're fucked.
And I have made them for other people effortlessly.
That's
there's
why they
nothing
pay
to-
you the big bucks, Nick. That's why they pay you the
Here's
big
the thing,
bucks.
though, Keith. You fuck up eggs like any style, you've still made eggs.
No, I don't. I specifically, this
No, that's what I'm
conversation came
saying.
up because we were talking about how meat's expensive, and I'm like, yeah, I buy eggs once in a while only because they're 95 cents, but I hate them because they're a fucking project every single time.
Eggs
Like,
are not
okay, what do you do? You
I'm
want to make
assuming-
hard-boiled eggs? All right, everyone, let's just hunker down. We got 25 fucking minutes. We got a big project ahead of us. Hard-boiled eggs. Clear
Only
your
you can
schedule.
have this kind of trouble with the simplest
And it
home
will
recipe.
still be fucked up. Like every 5th time I try to hard-boil an egg, it comes out right, but the rest of the
What are
time
you
it's
like monitoring it actively? What the fuck?
No, when I go to eat the goddamn thing, first off, it is
Okay, hold on.
objectively impossible most of the time to get the shell off in anything less than like
That
a
has nothing to do
6-hour
with the-
fucking marathon
the
session. You're
process
getting me
of
so
making-
mad I can't concentrate in this game thinking about hard-boiled eggs. It's horse shit.
Keep busting his balls about eggs. You'll win that way.
Busting my battle balls.
You've discovered my
semicolon,
tactic.
Eggs. I
This
got a
guy-
big combo because I focused my fury on you.
I already am irritated at how many times that Keith is going to be like crosstalk at this time, crosstalk at this
Upstock?
time.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
What?
That's going to be this entire episode. But no, yeah, you said that even if you fuck up, you've still made eggs. I'm guessing that in Keith's case, if you fucked up, you've made charcoal.
No, it's just like fried eggs, and the hard-boiled eggs always end up with like you lose like 40% of the white because you're like peeling it away with the shell. It's impossible to do it cleanly, and otherwise you're just gonna end up eating little bits of shell, and it sucks.
No, think about it this way though. So someone says, "Hey, can you give me eggs over easy?" You fuck that up. You probably still made eggs over medium or eggs over hard.
You're
Like, you
making
still
up
have
terms too,
eggs.
by the way. There's like fried eggs, sunny side up, and what? Yeah, over like whatever. You flip them over.
Right.
The other one. That's like the only two kinds of eggs. Like over hard is a bullshit term you made up to sound like it's more complicated than it is.
No, that's the easiest one to make.
Scrambled eggs are
like-
the easiest one to make because you can microwave those.
Are they easy, Keith? It seems like they're fucking
that's the only
impossible
one I
for
can
you.
do, but they're my least favorite method of eating eggs.
How was I
My
still alive?
dad will say like day and night that he is a terrible cook, and he will cite the way that he used to make scrambled eggs for us when we were kids. And I remember, yeah, he would scramble them up into a bowl and then microwave it, and it would make this weird souffle thing.
Yeah.
And for much of my early life, I thought that was just how you make scrambled eggs.
Yeah,
That's how
Kyle
Keith
and
still thinks you make
Caitlin, in
eggs.
order to get my goat, feigned a surprise that this was even a thing anyone does.
Yeah.
It is. I mean,
Yeah, I
fucking
like,
scumbags like me do it, but it's done.
Well,
Awesome.
I grew up accustomed to that texture, I guess, and I preferred them in their weird rubbery form over other scrambled eggs for a long time because I was like, this is different and I don't care for it.
Yeah,
Well,
they have to come up with a different name for it.
speaking of fucked up ways to prepare dishes that our parents did, my mom makes bacon by microwaving it, which
Raw bacon, he means.
like I never liked bacon, and I realized why is because it fucking tasted wrong.
Well,
Yeah.
well, that's fucked.
Yeah,
but eggs are different.
How are eggs different?
This is a legitimate shortcut for fuck hoes. All right?
Excuse me?
It's
just
a
call it
legitimate
Nick's dad a
shortcut
fucko?
for fuck hoes to microwave eggs as scrambled.
Yeah. Yeah, I've known people who will go through the trouble to put all of their bacon in the oven and do it that way, and it's almost the opposite. I feel like you're just introducing too much work, too many steps
Yeah.
into this.
Just
It
like
should-
frying or boiling an egg.
I always end up making all my shit in the same pan, which is why it all kind of tastes vaguely like bacon and eggs and onions and shit.
That's fine. That's called
every-
an omelet.
Every piece of it gets sort of a uniform taste.
sure.
Well, I also usually hit it all heavily with hot sauce, so it's going to taste all the same after that for sure.
I would make
yeah.
omu rice, but that's even more work because then you have to boil rice, and that's like 8 years of your life wasted.
All right.
You know what? You would find boiling rice to be impossible.
It's just time consuming. It's possible. It's just
Final
fucking
round.
time consuming.
This is the one that settles the,
I don't
the
give two
eggs
fucks who
from
wins.
the rice.
This is already the worst day of my life because we're talking about eggs.
Well, I would think that the part where you have to make a thin membrane of egg to wrap around your mound of rice would be the hard part for you, but you're bitching about just cooking rice, so
Oh yeah. Oh, the film of egg is impossible. There's no way to assemble it without breaking it. That's impossible. It's physically
Like,
impossible.
I would understand if you're like, eggs are really hard to prepare in a special way, but you're just like, just putting an egg on a pan
Yeah,
and
because
making
then it's
it
gonna
become
stick,
edible
and
is
it's
hard.
not. You're never gonna get it off in one good swipe. It's always gonna break, and you're gonna break the
I
yolk, and it's gonna
always do.
spill. It's gonna be fuck. It's gonna be a mess. It's a mess. Eggs are a mess.
sure.
Almost every human listening to this, unless it's you, disagrees wholeheartedly. I
count.
have to hope. I
Yeah.
have to hope.
We'll see
Otherwise,
what the comment
the show is
section
canceled.
says. We'll see what the comment
If
section
anyone
says.
agrees with Keith, the show is canceled forever.
You're just incentivizing them to agree with me.
I mean, I used to, I used to routinely make omelets and shit, and I didn't even need utensils. I could fold it and get it out of the pan just by motion alone, and I'm an idiot. So if I can do it, it's not very hard.
Omelets are cool, but man, that's like a logistical nightmare. You need so many resources available. You need like peppers
that's
and onions.
Definitely
and-
what I just described was a Sisyphean task and not the simplest thing that I've ever done.
How it's so easy that he doesn't even have to
Yeah.
use tools.
That was definitely the point of my story.
I'm just saying, well, at least with an omelet, you have like kind of the
Oh,
cheat.
Keith, okay.
You have the cheat of being able to like you're just throwing eggs together with a bunch of shit, so it's like pre-bodied, but like you have to assemble all the different ingredients. It's not just like a quick thing. You know what I mean? There's like steps to that.
No,
legitimately
I don't
steps.
understand anything that you're saying, Keith, and that's the end of this
And
episode.
and that's why you lost.
Mushrooms.